Hello everyone, in this video I'll be solving Cambridge IGCSE Information and Communication Technology paper 2 for February-March 2022. I'm going to do the database task. The document production is already done and uploaded. You can find the link in the description. So we are starting with task 3, database. Make sure all currency values should display same currency symbol and set to 2 decimal places. Using a suitable database package, import the file makers.csv. So first open database. I'm using Microsoft Access. Open a blank database. Create the database inside your folder. Save and then create. You can close the default table which is shown here. Now we need to import the makers.csv file. So go to external data, new data source, from file, text file. So select the file makers from your folder, open, OK. Make sure this delimited comma separator is selected because we are using a CSV file. Click next. Now we need to make sure the first row is field names. So first row contains field names. Click next. Then next. We have to choose the primary key. The primary key is given as maker code. And all the data types are text. So primary key is maker code. Go to advanced and make sure all of them are text. So all of them are given as text. Give OK. Click next. Finish. So the first table is imported. Next, import drives.csv as a new table in your database. So same procedure. Go to external data, new data source, text file, select the drives file. Next, first row contains field names. Next, click next, and now we have to choose the primary key. Primary key is given as the drive code. So select drive code. Now we need to set the data types. So you can see from drive code till format it is text. So from drive code till format it is given as text, so nothing to change here. Next we have capacity. It's a number with decimal places. So it is shown as double. So double means numbers with decimal places. So you can leave as it is. And then we can see here read and write are number with 0 decimal place. That means integers. So they are set as integer only, long integer, no need to change. Next is price, which is set to currency and 2 decimal places. And stock should be again integer. So price will be set to currency. So change from double to currency. And stock is integer, so leave as it is. Give OK. Then next, finish. Now we need to give the decimal places. It should be displayed as 3 decimal places. For capacity and for price it should be 2 decimal place. Other are 0 decimal because they are already integers. It will be 0 decimal. It won't show any decimal values. So go to drives, go to the design view. We have to make sure capacity is 3 decimal places. So select 3 decimal. And we have to set the format to fixed. then only all the numbers will be shown with 3 decimal place. And we have to go to currency. The decimal place should be 2. You can save this. You can check the values. The capacity is shown as 3 decimal places and the currency price is with 2 decimal place. Take screenshot evidence of the table structures showing the primary keys, field names and data types. Place this in your evidence document. So we have to take the structure of the 2 tables. Go to design view. So first let's take the drives table. And in evidence 4, let's paste it. Make sure all the fields are visible. The stock should be visible there. Now let's take screenshot of makers table. So these are the table structures which shows the field names and data types, and also the primary key symbol is shown here. Next, create a one-to-many relationship between maker code field in the makers table and maker code in the drives table. So in order to create the relationship, go to database tools, relationships, add both the tables here. So we have to create a relation between maker code and this maker code. So click on maker code and then drag it to this maker code. So the relationship is created. Take a screenshot evidence showing the fields and type of relationship. Place this in your evidence document. So in order to show the type of relationship, you can click on this link, right click, edit relationship. Now you can take the screenshot of this relationship diagram along with this window which shows it is a one-to-many relationship. That is your evidence 5. Next, in the drives table, locate the record with the drive code DD88 and make the following amendments. So save the relationship. Now open drives table. In the drive code, you have to find the drive code with DD88. So click on find. Just type there DD88 so that the record will be highlighted. So this is the record. We have to amend the data. The capacity should be 2 and price should be 450. So the capacity must be changed to 2 and the price should be 450. Now you need to save the data. So save the table. Next we have in the drives table, locate and delete the records with the drive code DD65. So again find DD65. So you can see this is the record. You can right click on this record and give delete record. So give yes. Now save the table. Next, Using fields from both tables, produce a tabular report that selects the records where some criteria are given, and we have to make a report using all these conditions. Now, before making a report, we need a query so that we can select the required data and show the required fields which are given here. So for that, first let's create query design, add both the tables, make sure all the fields are visible. So first we need to show the required fields. So the fields which are to be shown are drive code, model code. So drive code, model code, model maker country, model maker country. You just need to double click on the field name so that it will be added here. Suitability, form factor, read. So suitability, form factor, read. Capacity, price and retail. Capacity, price and retail. Now retail is a field which is calculated at runtime. The details are given here. It contains a new field called retail which is calculated at runtime. This field will calculate the price increased by 20%. Format this field to display as currency with 2 decimal place. So we need to increase the price by 20%. That is retail. So we have to give here a new field. So in order to give a new field, first you will write the name of the field, retail. Retail equal to price increased by 20%. So instead of equal sign, we have to give colon here. Now price is the given field here. Price multiplied by 20% increase. That means it will be price plus 20%, that is 0.2. So that means it will be 1 times price plus 20%, that will be 1.2. So price increased by 20%. So this is the retail. Now you can click on run and see the values are shown here. Retail. Format this field to display as currency with 2 decimal place. So go to the design view. Just click on retail here. You can see property sheet. Click on property sheet. The format must be set to currency and decimal places 2. Now you can check the values. They are set to currency and 2 decimal place. So these 2 steps are done. Now we have to set the criteria. Suitability is gaming or includes the text creative. So under suitability we have to give the criteria. So the criteria is gaming. So you can give gaming or includes the text creative. So the text is included in the name of suitability. That means it can come as a part of the text. So we have to use the wildcard character star creative star. This indicates that creative can come in any part of the suitability text. So it can be in between, it can be in the beginning, or it can be at the end. So star creative star. Now let's click on run and see. When you click outside, automatically the light operator and the double quotes will be shown. Click on run. You can see suitability has gaming and also the text creative is shown in other fields. Read is greater than 2200. So under read you have to give greater than 2200. So that's done. So we have 11 records here. You can save this query. Now the remaining steps you can do when you are creating the report. So in order to create the report, go to Create, Report Wizard. Make sure you choose Query 1 here. Add all the fields. Click Next. And make sure all the fields come together here. It should not be grouped like this. If it's grouped, make sure you select the table in which all of them are together. Click Next, then Next. Now sorting, if you do from here, the order will change. So let's do the sorting from the report. Orientation of landscape. So select landscape here. Then the title. The title is given drives for gamers or creative work. So drives for gamers or creative work. Click on Finish. So this is how the report looks. Now let's do the sorting. Sorts the data into ascending order of country. So right click, Design View. In order to sort, click on Group and Sort. You can see Add a Sort here. Select Country and Ascending Order. Ascending order means with A on top. So you can see the country is sorted in ascending order. If you do it while making the report, this country will come as the first column and we'll have to change all the fields to make it in order. So that's why we did the sorting from Design View. Next we have to make sure has your name, center number, candidate number on the report. So that should be given in the page footer. And also they said no page number should be displayed. So remove the page number. You select the box from here and then delete. Also you can delete the date which is shown. Now go to a label box. This is a label box. Click on label box. Draw the label box and give your name, center number and candidate number. So that is done. Now we have to make sure it fits on a single page wide. So right click, Layout View. So make sure extra space is removed and adjust all the field widths so that all the fields will fit within this and all are visible. So here you can move this here using arrow key or with the mouse you can drag it. Make sure the extra space is removed. Also make sure the field name is completely visible. Increase the width so that all the data are completely shown. Select the field name and the data together by pressing the Control key and then you can increase the width here. So now all the data fits within the page and also all the fields and data are completely visible. So this is the required report. You can print the report. Go to print preview. So it looks like this. Your name is shown on the page and you can print from here. The report is done. Now you can save the report. Next, using fields from both tables produce labels for drives. So we need to create labels like this. Before creating the labels, as we did in the report, we need to create the query. So let's make the query. In order to make the query, go to create, query design, add both the tables. Now we need to add the required fields. So the required fields to show are shown here. So these fields we'll add in order. So we have to add maker, model, city, country. So maker, model, city, country, suitability, connection, format and price. Suitability, connection, format and price. So these are the required fields. Now we have to add the criteria. So it's given here, suitability is home or includes the text SOHO. So under suitability we have to give the criteria home or contains the text SOHO. So we have to use the wildcard character star SOHO as we did in the previous query. So this indicates that SOHO can be a part of the text. There is wildcard character before and after, which shows it can be a part of the text. Let's run and see whether it's working. So you can see suitability, home as well as the text which contains SOHO is shown. Come back to the design view. So we have done this. Next, format is SSD. So under format you have to give SSD. Each time you add the criteria, run and check whether it is working. So format is SSD. Next, price is less than 130. So price is less than 130. So less than 130. Next, capacity is 1 or more. So capacity we have not added here, but to add the criteria, let's add capacity. It is 1 or more. So greater than or equal to, greater than or equal to simple, then 1. When you click on run, you will get the required data. There are 8 records. Go to the design view. Now the capacity need not be shown in the label. So let's not show capacity, untick this. So the query is ready, the required data is ready. Now let's make the label. For that, save the query. Make sure your query is selected. Now go to create labels. You can see here labels. Click on labels. So you will see the labels. These are the built-in labels. Now we have to create the label according to the size given here. You can see we have to create a label which is 2 side by side. That means display 8 labels to the page, 2 side by side. That means there are 2 columns in portrait layout and the size is given here. So in order to create a new label with the required size, go to customize. You can see new here. Make sure it is in metric so that we can enter the dimensions in centimeters. Now the number of columns is 2. So number across should be given as 2. Now this is the height and this is the width of the label. So we can set the height and width. The height is 6.77 centimeter and 9.9 centimeter width. So let's give the height and width. So the height is 6.77 and the width is 9.9. Number across is 2. Orientation is portrait. So let's give a name for the label, M22. Give OK. Click yes, then OK and close. So the label is ready now. Now click next. The font settings are given here. Keep as it is. Click next. Now here we have to design the label as given. So here you can see maker and model are on one line, then city and country on the next line, and so on. So I'm adding the fields maker. Now we can add maker and model on the same line like this by giving space. But if you do in this way, in the next line we have to add city and country. The country should be aligned with model. So it won't work properly if you add this way, as each field has different lengths. I'm adding each field on separate lines and we will adjust it from the design view. Click next. Now we have to sort this in the ascending order of price. So select price here. By default the sorting is ascending. Click next. Click on finish. Now you can see the labels are shown on both sides. Now let's go to the print design view. Now reduce the width so that we can align each one of them. Country should be, model should be after maker. Now after connection, format should be given this way. We are doing this so that all the data will be aligned properly. Let's see the print preview. Now you can see all the data are aligned properly under each other. Now go to the design view again. We have to add the text. Large capacity drives for home use in a larger bold font at the top of each label. So make sure we make space for that text. Move everything together. You can just draw over everything so that all will be selected. Move it down. Now add a label box here. And we have to add the text large capacity drives for home use. It should be a larger bold font. So on home tab you can make it larger, make it 14, and let's make it bold and also black color so that it's completely visible. We can make the size of this 11 so that it's shown properly. Now go to the print preview. You can see all the data are shown and the data are aligned properly here. Now have your name, center number, candidate number at the bottom of each label. So go to the design view again, add a label box, add your name, center number and candidate number. Now you need to add your name and details in the page footer also as required by the examination printout. Now let's see the print preview. So you can see these are the labels. Now here only 6 labels are visible on one page. All the 8 labels should be there. So go to the design view, remove the extra space given here. Now let's check. Now all the 8 labels are shown on one page. Now you have to print this label. So this is the end of database task.